I'm back here at the investment property that I have on the countryside, where I'll be joined this weekend by my younger brother. He's coming in, I think, approximately 30 minutes to help me, and my girlfriend's also coming later today. The plan for today is to get started plasterboarding the smoke shaft. My plan is to have the top structure of it. So it runs from the first floor, I've mentioned that before, up through the second floor, the apartment on the second floor that we're standing in right now, and then all the way up until the attic. I want to have the top element closed off because that's really what's holding me back at the moment, in terms of I'm not able to continue too much more on this floor. I can't start building up all the walls until I have the smoke ventilation shaft, and the reason why I can't do that is because I can't start. It's going to hinder us a lot by doing the smoke ventilation shaft at the end, because from where we're standing on the first floor, which is actually round about the entrance to the two apartments that you just saw me enter into just before, and all the way up to the top is around about 5 meters. I can't get in any scaffolding, I can't get in any lift, I can't get in any staircase that's workable where you like to stand and juggle around with heavy plasterboards or fireproof plasterboards. So the plan is to have that area, sort of like that tilting area. We've still got the steel structure that's standing up there, and the plan is to get that sorted and get all of it sorted. So that will require us to plasterboard, plaster it, plaster the joints, sand it, prime it, add on some felt, which is an element you add to the walls to make it stronger, and then paint it on top of it. And I'm going to take it in sort of like different stages. So the first stage will be the top one, then we have the entire apartment sort of like closed up towards the attic on top of it. Then we can continue with this element while having the scaffolding in here over the big hole that we have in the second floor here. And then the last meter of this, I'll probably able to do that from beneath, so from below, which will have to be done through on a staircase. Which is not ideal, but it's definitely better to stand 1.5 meters up on a staircase than 2 meters up, or sorry, 5 meters up on a staircase. Therefore, that's the plan of action. However, I've got the plasterboards, the fireproof plasterboards. They're 13 millimeters thick. They're laying outside, covered by the garage. So I need to start carrying them in, and hopefully I can have quite a few carried in before my brother comes, so that we can just get cracking and get to work immediately. Again, I've never tried anything before, so my brother's going to teach me a bit on plasterboarding. He's done 2 big renovation projects. My girlfriend hasn't tried anything either, but we can lift them, we can carry them, we're willing to learn. And I think that's the most important takeaway from this entire project, is that we're willing to learn. And I'm trying to show to everyone that you basically just need to jump into it and see if you can make your way through, because you're not going to know everything from the beginning. And already now I've stumbled into so many issues that I've had to deal with. But the good thing is I was about to say I've got good connections. I have a nice family that is very willing to help me and to give me their piece of advice, and I'm very, very grateful for that. just made a not so pleasant discovery. It's clearly wet, something's dripping down. It's raining quite a lot outside, so it means that something is coming from upstairs. My brother has just gone upstairs to see if we can find where the water's coming in. Yeah. And I think it's because the patch is not fully sorted up here. Yeah. Do you have it? Yeah. Okay. And the water's coming in? Yes. So it's up here. This is where the water's breaching. It's very clearly, you can see up there underneath. It's quite hard to film, but it's up there. So this is clearly not good. We have identified the issue upstairs. My brother just showed it to the guy there, and we called a friend we have that is a carpenter, and he said that it's again the membrane that's coming from the outside and going in that is not holding tight. And the issue is we cannot fix it today because one thing is we need a lift, the same as I rented a couple of weeks back to clean the roof. So I need to rent that again. And we need to do it a day that's dry, and I need to get a couple of new, what you call them, roof plates, roofing elements, pieces of roof. And I need to buy a new membrane that we need to fix it with. And it has to be done from the outside. And it's a two-man job. So it's not something that we can fix today. I was hoping that we could get the entire ventilation shaft, smoke ventilation shaft sorted, all of it today, but we can do, I'll say maybe 85% of it. That's just the setbacks that we're running into. That's just what it is. So we'll crack on and do the rest of the ventilation shaft. It's day 2 on the renovation. I'm here with my girlfriend. She's holding the camera right now. She's a bit camera shy, so I'm pointing in her direction. You'll probably see her in a time lapse or 2. But we got a lot of stuff sorted yesterday. She came when my brother was just about to leave yesterday. And if we look over here, what we did with my brother yesterday was that we fixed all of the plasterboards that are going up here. The only one that we didn't fix was the one, as you can see up there, in that corner. And the reason why we didn't do that was because we saw the water dripping down onto here. Now there hasn't been any water coming in since yesterday, but I need to rent the lift and we need to fix it from the outside. And I need to get a carpenter to come and help me do that. So we can only do that in a week or 2 weeks from now because it has to be dry outside. We have to get a lift. It's a bit of a fiddly job to go and get the lift and that kind of thing. However, what we did when my brother left and when my girlfriend arrived was that we started doing the floorboards, and that is all the way going down here. So we got the floorboards done in this entire room. Actually did that yesterday afternoon, evening. Got it all sorted. So the entire floor up on this floor right now is stable. Next order of business is to build up the skeleton, and I think we'll start building some of the skeleton for the ventilation shaft that we have right here in the middle. We can't build up the entire skeleton because then we can't move the scaffolding that we have right here. So I think we'll probably just get to work. we tried sanding down these beams. I want them sanded down so that they become this color. I've gotten this sanding machine from my dad. However, we are going through these sanding papers at a rapid pace. It's way too fine for the roughness of the beam and the paint that's gone on, meaning that we need to get some lower grit, which is more rough. We could continue with these, but I think I've already used. I bought a pack of 10 of these, and I've gone through 3 already, and that has given us the bit on the side that you can't see, this bit and this bit. If I'm not saying 20% of one beam, and we need to do 7. We have too many other jobs that we can get started with, so now we are putting this on pause, and then we'll crack on with start framing out the skeleton on the rooms here. So I think we'll start doing that, and then we need to fix some elements downstairs that are also needs to be taken. So we're a bit all over the place, but we're trying to optimize our time as much as possible. We are done here for the weekend. I don't think we have too much more stuff that we can actually do right now. I called my brother to ask him what he thought about how we've laid out the skeleton, and he approved it. We can't really build the rest of the skeleton because then we can't use the scaffolding, and we want to make it from top down because we can't get a scaffolding up from the first floor. We can't get a staircase up from the first floor, so I need to do all of the top element first and then go down in sections. I think I've mentioned that a couple of times already. And aside from that, we got the floorboards laid out this weekend. We started sanding, but that didn't work too well, so we need to buy some other grits there. So I think we'll call it a bit early today. It's a massive amount of work that we have completed, despite it not looking like much. We ran out of gas, so it's been quite cold for the past couple of hours. So we'll call it the weekend, and then crack on the next one.